You like hanging out, drinking beer at the bar, talking sports? Come on out and join us weekly. Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, your podcast for just that. Hanging out, drinking some beer, talking sports. This is Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, your Wednesday episode. And if you're one of the thousands of people that continue to come back and listen every single week, we appreciate it. We really enjoy your company, and we hope that you will continue to come. I don't know. So it could be the 10,000s. It could be the 20,000s. It could be the 100,000. But I think it's in the thousands.
I do know it's international.
International. We do have 3% of our listeners in France, I think is what I said, right?
Hey, way to go global last week. Congratulations.
Going global,
I think we've seen some New Zealanders too, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you've seen some New Zealanders? And by the way, the Facebook page is officially up, Guys at the Bar Talking Sports. All you got to do is get in there. You got to follow some basic ground rules set by Chopper himself.
Oh, no.
And Ray. Sorry, and Hanger. I can't even get my own name right.
Never.
So we set up some ground rules that you got to follow, which is just, treat people with respect. Not too much cursing, I guess. And then pretend your mom's in there. That's all we got to do. Is that a good rule?
Yeah.
Pretend your mom's in there. Yeah. So you got to get into the microphone, though, guys, so they can hear you when you're talking, okay? That's the secret to podcasting. You got to pull yourself in. So today we got Chopper here.
How we doing?
And what are we drinking?
I'm actually drinking a vanilla porter today.
That is that weird beer that you were drinking last
Delicious.
week.
Straight from Breckenridge, where we like to ski.
Yeah, or snowboard, whatever you choose. We got the dude, no longer, if you didn't listen to the weekend show, he is no longer Crazy K. He is the dude, and he is drinking. What are you drinking?
I've got the vanilla porter as well.
I thought you were drinking something different.
No. Chopper started off with the space dust and switched to the porter.
Oh, I went porter pretty quick.
All right, so we got.
It's on special tonight, by the way.
But you were drinking
Where
space
are we?
dust.
It's MJ.
Oh, that's right. So always, not always actually. Now we've gone multi-bar. What would that be called? Multi-barrel? No, we've expanded our horizons to other bars.
That's global.
But global. Okay.
Citywide? Townwide?
All the way.
Townwide.
Blythewood-wide?
Blythewood.
Yeah, county-wide. We've gone
Yeah,
county-wide.
that's global, right?
And we went to another bar on Saturday night. But we are back at MJ's Bar and Grill, #1 bar and grill in the northeast of Columbia. So if you ever want to stop in and check out
best bar in the neighborhood.
Best bar in our neighborhood, yeah. And they have good beer, and that's the goal, like we've been saying every week. What do we say? We just want
free beer. One free beer.
Just trying to get a free beer.
That's all we want.
That's it. Sponsorships are good, right? That's good, yeah. So, guys, this is what I want. This is what I wanted to talk about today. Come up with an agenda. That's our goal every week, right? And the biggest thing that happened though this week was what? The national championship game.
Yeah.
So you got to talk about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, the dude watched the first half, and he had a little bit of good conversation about that. So,
Okay, well, so I'm more of an NFL fan, but I mean, obviously, football is the best sport. So, watching the national championship, but I've been burned out by, and we'll talk NFL playoffs after this, but
yeah, we'll get to
I
that.
got burned off by the craziness of the NFL this weekend, and the first quarter of the national championship was so boring. I was starting to fall asleep, so I turned the game off and went to bed.
That's weak.
I know.
Because you missed an absolutely amazing game.
All right, so tell me what happened.
All right, so the first quarter, absolutely terrible. Joe Burrow. So this is what happened. Clemson got the ball first, right?
Okay.
And they got the ball first, and basically took it up to about the 40-yard line, and they punted it, and they got LSU at the 1-yard line, at their own 1-yard line, and then Joe Burrow was not on his game at all, right?
Took a while to warm up.
Why wasn't he on his game though? Was it the pressure getting to him, or was it Joe?
That's the question. I was wondering to myself because the first 3 possessions that they had, no scores. I think he was 2 for 9 in the first 3 possessions.
I think that Clemson defensive line was getting to him a little bit. I think the secondary was getting to him a little bit.
So
I mean, I think they were stepping to the ball.
Right? I mean, Clemson's a good team, right? You got to give them a little bit of credit.
Yeah. Clemson's defense was on fire for that first half, for sure. I mean, everyone knew that LSU was going to score some points, but no one thought that Joe Burrow would be shut out the first 3 possessions. No. I mean, he couldn't move the ball for the life of him. And then all of a sudden he throws like a 40-yard bomb, and boom, it was on.
How about those passes he was throwing in the second half?
Yeah, so
amazing.
Yeah, so
it was on target every pass almost.
Clemson. What do you think about this? So, because that's what I was thinking. Clemson's defense was on fire, but the thing is, and somebody brought this up to me during the game. Everyone comes out on fire, but those guys wore themselves out by being on so much fire is what it came down to.
They didn't have the stamina.
They didn't have the stamina, so they're sitting there just whooping some tail for the first quarter, but then all of a sudden they just get worn out. And it's not all of a sudden they got worn out, but I mean they lost the fire after a while.
I think they need some strength and conditioning from Claw himself.
From Claw himself, yeah. By the way, Claw's not here.
Is he in the woods again?
He might be in the woods, but we also by the way, just so all our listeners know, we do have somebody, a special correspondent over at the Kentucky versus South Carolina game.
Who is that, Ray?
Who may be checking in a little while. That's Rebel. He's our special correspondent at the Kentucky game. Now, Kentucky was up as of the beginning of when we first got to the bar. The game's tied right now. That's insane.
We're just now starting to care about basketball.
Yeah.
Now that football is winding down.
We're slowly making our transition into college basketball.
I'll see if I can get Rebel to call in now.
We're going to try to get Rebel to call in or at least send us some sort of special correspondence because he promised he would because we did pay for his tickets on the show's tab since we're such big money.
Kentucky was crushing USC
Kentucky was
earlier.
crushing them. It was 48 to I think it was 38 to 48, and I think they were up by 14 points at one point as well.
And now we're tied.
So we're watching the game because our special correspondent is there, but he just might call in at any given point. So keep a listen. If he does call in, we are breaking in with emergency news.
Yeah.
Okay? Breaking in.
Guys at the bar news alert.
Guys at the bar emergency news alert. That's exactly it. So let's get into the second half. I'm watching the second half. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence, you didn't watch it, but Trevor Lawrence just went to crap. What do you think about that, Chopper?
I don't know.
He was not on his game. He's sitting there.
Hold on, we got a call coming in.
We have the call coming in.
We have a caller coming in
right
now.
We have the special correspondent. You got to put him on speaker.
Barney the Rebel's coming out calling in right now. Live from the game. Here
live
he is.
From the game. Here he is. So what's going on, Rebel? I bet they're going crazy. They are going crazy at the arena right now. I guarantee it, aren't they?
Cheerleaders are hopping, the players are hopping, the crowd's hopping. We all want chicken sandwiches.
Well, I mean, I can't imagine. It's 68. You're probably about 5 minutes ahead right now, but that is just insane, man. That is just insane.
If we can hit free throws, we're ahead of this game, but then that's true with a lot of games, so we just got to finish the deal here.
Well, we appreciate you checking in with the show tonight, Mr. Rebel. We appreciate it. We sent you there on the tab of the Guys at the Bar Talking Sports, so thank you very much, man.
You know how it goes, fellas. If I've got it, go Cox.
Go Cox.
Go Cox.
All right, thank you, Rebel.
That was our special correspondent live from the Kentucky versus South Carolina game, which is tied up right now, 68-68. It looks like they are in a timeout right now as well, huh? So let's get back to the second half.
I don't know about. So you think these quarterbacks, their play was up and down?
Well, Trevor Lawrence, the last quarter though, was like he's throwing the ball at people's feet. He's throwing the ball 10 feet in front of people, consistent like 3 times.
So what happened? So I do know Trevor Lawrence up until that game had never lost in college.
Never.
And he's getting beat.
Undefeated.
It got into his head.
Right?
And that LSU defense was getting on fire at that point too. As soon as the LSU defense got into his head, that just motivated them even more.
Speaking of winning streaks, this is kind of a sidebar here, but Clemson's winning streak was diminished during this game.
Yeah.
This stat will blow your mind away.
Let's hear it, man.
Which team now has the second longest winning streak in college football right now? The second longest winning streak right now. Which team? Take a wild guess.
The LSU?
No.
Who is
second
it?
longest. Who do you think?
Hawaii. I don't know.
No. Tennessee Volunteers.
Tennessee Volunteers.
You believe that?
So they've won the last 8 games or something?
Something like 6 or 7, yeah. Second longest winning
So
streak.
LSU has the first?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing, isn't it? Who would have thunk that, though?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Saw that the other day. Kind of an interesting stat. It kind of stopped me in my ground. I was like, whoa, Tennessee, look at them.
So sadly, to our Clemson fans, Clemson got beat. It's 42-25 by LSU. That was the national championship game. We're going to move on to a different subject, but there were a few people that were trying to predict the score on the Facebook page, by the way. Guys, the Bar Talking Sports, type it in. You can join the Facebook page. And I don't remember who it was, but I owe him a beer. He's one of Dave's friends, so I'll buy Dave a beer, and then if you're listening, you could tell Dave. That's the way I'll pay that guy back, because I don't know the guy.
He can pay you a beer.
But Anthony, here at the bar, Big Money A, he predicted it 42-24 on the last show.
Yeah.
On last Thursday's show, he predicted 42-24. That's pretty amazing.
He called it, huh?
Yeah, and he's a Michigan fan, so he's probably used to losing, you know? Go blue. Go blue. Okay, let's move on, man. Chris.
Hey.
So last week when we were talking about the Chopper. Sorry, Chopper. We're trying to remain anonymous here, man.
Guy here?
Yeah, well, I don't. Some dude named Chris came walked up behind me.
Here.
Yeah. So, Chopper, top 10 college football players ever list, right? Last week, I think you went through the top 15 or something like that, or is what we did, or we were talking about it, but we promised our listeners that we would tell them the top 10 players of all time. Right. We were speculating. Right. I'm like,
drum roll.
Who did I? All right, who's it going to be, man?
Number
top
10.
Number 10.
Gale Sayers.
Who's that?
From Kansas.
I don't know.
What do they say at Kansas?
Gale Sayers.
We like tornadoes.
Rock,
I don't know.
Jayhawk.
All right, whatever. Okay, so what
Gale
is
Sayers, real famous running back.
Really?
More famous than the NFL.
62 to 64.
Yeah. Okay, so my thing is with this though is like, do you think he was better than Emmitt Smith?
Well, so here's the hard part, right? Are we talking? We're talking greatest college football players
of all time.
But there are some people who had amazing NFL careers.
Emmitt Smith had an amazing college career too.
But then there were some people who were
that
great
would be
in college
the NFL
football.
list.
Right, yeah, different lists. We're talking college.
No, I'm saying he had a good college, but I'm just saying like Okay, so I'll save my 2 cents.
We'll
for
do
later.
the NFL list next week.
No, we could do that, but I'll save my 2 cents to the end because I promised.
Next week.
Hey, number 9.
Number 9.
Drum roll. Barry the Man Sanders.
That's top.
Beast.
Yeah. Probably the funnest running back to watch in the NFL too.
He's funner than all the other running backs.
Funnest to watch.
Yes.
So good he doesn't even need a good offensive line.
Oh yeah, he would just hop over everybody, you know.
That's right.
Yeah, it was like the defense was working on his team, you know, when he was running. It was insane. Okay, go on. Number 8.
Number 8. Drum roll. Oh, Dick Butkus, linebacker, Illinois. Same time period as Gale Sayers.
He likes to kiss butt.
64.
He does. He likes to kiss
Hey,
butt.
we had some ground rules on this show.
Beast mode.
What are you talking about? Okay.
Hey,
all right.
He was a beast linebacker.
Yeah, you know the guy.
Butkus.
Yeah,
Everybody knows. Dick
everyone
Butkus.
knows the
Number 7. Drum roll.
All right, drum roll.
Earl Campbell, Texas.
Earl Campbell, Texas. All right.
Yeah.
He was a running back.
Yeah.
And he had some pretty major stats, man. 4,443 yards.
He sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty solid. Okay. I don't know that he's better than somebody like I don't know. I mean, I think modern players, man, are going to be head and shoulders above these guys. But
Well, so part of the problem is called that's called recency bias.
it is
We're
recency bias,
psychologically more prone to think the things that have happened more recently are better than things that happened way in the past.
But it's not that.
Everything is
So,
kind of relative, though.
think
right?
about
so the
how
game,
much-
Hey, the game has changed.
Yeah.
I mean, they used to run around in leather helmets.
Yeah. These
That's
guys
true.
that you say aren't as
They
good
used
as
they used to play
you guys
both
now
directions.
played with no pads and leather helmets.
Yeah, the
Offense-
guy that was
offense
like
and
number
They didn't have
4.
mouth guards or anything. They there was no targeting rule. They speared
Back
each
when men
other
were
in the
men.
They speared each other in the head.
Back when men were men. It was like you get knocked out, they drag you off the field, they keep on playing.
Yeah,
They don't
so
stop
Nobody
the
talked
game.
about concussions.
Don't talk
and
about
brain,
like these
brain
guys
damage.
weren't.
It was
These guys weren't playing hard.
it
These
was
guys
hey,
were
you got
playing
your
their
belt
butts
wrong.
off.
You saw stars. You picked
It's
yourself up.
different
You
game.
kept on playing.
You kept on playing, and there was no, I
Now-
fell down, let's have a fake timeout.
Now,
so I can lay
athletically,
here.
I agree. You know, these guys today are probably a lot more. I mean,
Athletically, it's
everybody
insane.
is almost athletically. I think everybody can evolve athletically. Over
And
time.
just, I mean, as a human race,
Yeah,
we keep pushing the
yes,
boundaries, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, like
I
my
mean, the
thought
world's
is,
fastest man in the Olympics used to run, 15 seconds?
Yeah.
And then they keep on getting faster. Now they're down to like 9 seconds.
my thought was always like, the people that are playing today, they started when they were 4 years old, and their parents are cheering them on that football field, and they're sitting there pumping iron from the time they're like 8 years old, trying to get bigger, stronger, fatter, in order to be the best lineman they can be.
Yeah.
And the people that played in the 70s, they were just doing it for fun.
I heard something today that said, we were talking today with some guys, and they said that they had researched that the person that, they were talking about how long people live, and it's kind of a morbid subject, but they said, that the person that's going to live to 200 has already been born.
That's me, bro. That's my goal.
Isn't that amazing, though?
Yeah, that is pretty
Just to
insane.
think about that? Yeah.
Right?
That's
we keep
probably
on pushing,
true.
We keep on pushing the boundaries of what the body can do.
That's right. That's right.
Yep.
Which is why now you got these 300-pound guys running around faster than we could ever run even at our peak in high school.
Absolutely.
All right, number 6.
Red Grange. Running back Illinois.
1923 to
I think I
1925.
already had him. Hold on.
Red Grange, you didn't have Red
No,
Grange yet.
that was
Yeah.
back like in the early days
Yeah.
of football.
Oh, yeah. 23
He-
25.
so-
That was
I
like a
actually-
defining founding
I
father
actually-
of college football.
I actually watched one of his games.
Red Grange.
Oh yeah, it was
Oh, yeah?
amazing.
Nice.
He would just kind of float over everybody.
Yeah.
They couldn't even touch him. He was like angelic. I'm just kidding. I never saw a game of his. But
What a liar.
Man, I was buying it. I
I know.
I was told, listen,
you are a salesman. You
hook,
sold
line,
me
and
on that
sinker.
one.
I was all like, tell me more about this game you watched.
Yeah,
Liar.
there's probably no film of him
Fake
playing.
news.
But it would have been interesting, I'm sure, if he was the number 6 football player to ever play the game. People were probably in awe.
Right?
Yeah.
Now I gotta
Number
now I gotta
5.
YouTube
Number 5.
Jim Thorpe.
it. Jim Thorpe.
Another oldie.
Yeah.
1907 to
Yeah.
1912. So
Way
I
back in
actually
the day.
did watch a game of his. And the thing is he played from 1907 to 1912. So that guy was taking like the what is that? That's like the 5-year plan, 6-year plan in college.
So
He took the
wasn't he
6-year
also
plan.
an Olympian? I'm pretty sure he went to the Olympics.
Yes.
If you played,
Yes.
if-
Yeah, he was in the Olympics. He was like the guy who was in like the 1930 something Olympics.
Okay.
That like shook Hitler's hand or whatever.
that guy did?
I think it was.
No, because
Thorpe.
that's
That
1907 to
was Jim
1912.
Brown, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't
So
know.
No.
Jim Thorpe, 1907 to 1912. If he played 6 seasons in college football, he should have broke all kinds of records that are still saying today. Wouldn't you think? If he was that good? But what is his rushing yards? He has 3,616 rushing yards, but they probably played like 5 or 6 games
yards
back then
per
too.
rush, 8.4.
Okay, that's pretty
He
solid.
was getting like almost a first down every time he rushed the ball.
Yep. He's
Beast.
the reason why they started
Beast.
wearing leather helmets, I bet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. They put some padding on.
He
He
puts
won,
us-
he won Olympic gold in the 1912 pentathlon and decathlon.
Nice.
Wow, that's pretty insane. Okay.
So I mean, when you win the gold in decathlon, you're called the world's greatest athlete.
Oh, really?
So it makes sense
Okay.
that he's in the
Jim
best of all time.
Thorpe, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Did you see who they had representing Jim Thorpe? on that stage during the game?
No.
Oh, that's right. You were sleeping. So they had like his great granddaughter or something like that was representing him. All right, number 4. Moving on.
Archie Griffin, running back, Ohio State.
Archie Griffin.
He won the Heisman twice, didn't he?
Yeah, I think he was
Only
one of the
player to ever
yeah.
win the Heisman twice.
Okay,
Yeah,
Archie
he
Griffin.
won the Heisman
And
twice.
he was a running back?
Yeah.
There's a lot of running backs that win the Heisman, I guess, huh?
Oh, yeah.
And rushing touchdowns, 27 rushing touchdowns, rushing yards per game, 121 as average. That's pretty
That's a beast average right there.
And he played 3-4 seasons there. Okay, that's
They
good.
don't play anybody at Ohio State, so
Yeah, they don't play anybody. Back then they did, though. I mean, the Big Ten was like
They did
dominant.
back then, yeah.
Back in the 70s and early 80s, Big Ten was the dominant,
yeah.
pretty much. I mean, you just put your head down and you ran back then, man. Like, that's what they did. They didn't have, like, great quarterbacks or anything like that. They were throwing, 400 yards a game or anything.
Oh, yeah.
All right, moving on. Number 3.
Big drum roll. I need a big drum roll.
Oh, this is a big drum roll right here. This is the guy.
Yours truly, Bo Jackson, running back Auburn, 82-85.
Bo
That-
War Damn Eagle, Bo Nose.
War Eagle,
War
okay.
Damn Beast.
That is Chris's favorite player of all times, I think, right?
He's my hero.
He's your hero. He played
Yeah.
baseball and football professionally,
Yeah,
too. That's
yeah.
pretty solid. Great player.
Yeah.
4,000 rushing, 4,300 rushing yards.
6.6 yards per carry.
6.6, yeah, that's pretty
And
solid.
played on the baseball team.
And,
yeah.
College.
okay.
Yeah.
And pros.
82 to 85, boom.
And decided he was just going to play pro baseball.
Remember the baseball cards they had of his, the football cards, Bo Nose?
Bo knows.
Yeah.
And, the Bo
could-
Breaker.
he could
The
pretty
Bo
much do
Breaker
everything.
baseball
Remember
card.
Brian Bosworth trying to tackle him? And he stiff-armed him?
I can't remember that, but it
He
was
was pretty
Brian
much the
Bosworth?
greatest athlete.
Yeah,
of
the
his,
boss.
of his
The
generation.
boss.
the Boss.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
Bo is the greatest athlete of his generation.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Number 2.
This guy might compete with him. Drum roll.
Drum roll.
Herschel Walker.
Herschel Walker, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Tell me about Herschel Walker. What did he
Georgia
do?
running back.
Georgia
Right
running back?
Yeah, a couple years before Bo.
Yeah.
Right?
5,200 rushing yards. That's insane.
He
Does he still hold the records at Georgia, you think?
he says things like he can still play today and stuff like that.
Oh,
The
jeez.
guy does like 1,000 push-ups
I
and
do
1,000
remember
sit-ups per
after
day.
his NFL career,
Yes.
he was on like the Olympic bobsled team or something like
Yeah.
that as a sprinter and pushing the
Yeah.
bobsled.
Really?
This guy
That's
is a
pretty cool.
beast athlete, man.
Okay.
I mean, he was like 20 years in retirement. He was like, I still think I can run with these guys.
I think these guys are a little biased towards running backs, though, man.
Yeah. Why is it all?
Because
running
everyone's running back. All right, number 1.
backs? Number 1 of all time.
Jim Brown.
Jim Brown.
Brown.
Running back the Cuse.
That dude was still alive on that stage,
Orange.
too, man.
Go Orange.
Go
Yep.
Q's.
Sorry.
Call out to Spencer.
He only had 2,000 rushing yards, though.
That's one season.
In one season.
Oh, that's in one season.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty solid. Okay.
Yeah.
The greatest all-around athlete in Syracuse history and perhaps in all college sports. That's what they call all
Yeah.
collegiate sports.
He
Okay.
was a beast.
I'll give it that. But my thing is I guess I have recency bias, guys, because I think that there's probably people like Tim Tebow or Joe Burrow even that are probably better than a lot of those people. Especially since they're running backs, and I think a quarterback has to have a lot more talent than a running
So
back.
we all recognize that the game's changed over the years, right?
Yeah.
And so,
Especially
but
that
you
guy
have-
from 1902.
but you have to go with. I mean, it's not fair to those guys because those guys didn't get to play in the current environment. So you got to go with the environment they have and what impact they had during that. And so,
Yep.
those guys at the time were killing it.
Okay, so third topic of the night.
By the way, Carolina's beating Kentucky.
We're going to go ahead and make it.
Hold up.
Carolina is beating Kentucky 78-76. Wow.
98.
They're going to be going crazy
Yeah.
down
It's
there
gonna be a
tonight.
ruckus.
Wait.
Yeah.
Is
With
that
19 seconds
okay,
left.
we need to pause and watch
Control
this.
yourself,
We're gonna follow
Rebel.
this live.
All right, so we're going to
Carolina
follow
has
this
the ball.
guys live for you. Carolina
Kentucky
gets
just
the ball. They just fouled him. Okay.
Hey, 16 seconds in basketball can last 37 minutes.
Yeah, it surely
know, right?
can. All right, I want your prediction. Who's going to win the national championship next season?
Next season?
Next season, 2020, who is going to be the national champion a year
It'll
from
be hard.
now?
I mean, the Clemson quarterback's going to be back. How much
He's
of
gonna be back.
the team is going to be back?
A lot of them. but
Clemson might do it again.
I think they have the potential. I've already that was probably going to be my
I'll go Clemson.
okay. Clemson. So next,
because a lot of the best quarterbacks this year have declared for the NFL draft.
a lot of them did.
But
And
we know
he's a sophomore, so
Yeah.
he's gonna be a junior. next year.
So I'll go Clemson.
Okay.
Couple teams.
Clemson.
Couple teams you got to watch out for next year. One is going to be a surprise. That's going to be Texas A&M.
You think Tech really?
Their
but
schedule,
they're in the West. It's
their
gonna be so
schedule,
hard, man.
Their schedule. But I mean, think about this. I don't think Alabama and LSU are going to be what they were
They're
this
not
year.
gonna be what they were this year.
I think
yeah.
the top two teams out of the West next year are going to be A&M and Auburn.
Only because you're biased.
Slightly.
I think LSU is not going to have the season.
But
they
it's
did
by
this year,
facts, though. I mean,
Yeah.
I think Auburn and A&M are going to battle for the West spot next
Yeah.
year.
They have
I
that
think-
quarterback coming back.
I
that's
think
pretty
the
solid.
East. I think the East
Florida's
is
going to
going to
win
be.
the East.
Is I
'Cause I don't think Georgia's going to have the talent.
I think
next
you
year.
are discrediting Tennessee. And
You think I'm just because they're on an 8-game win streak or
I
whatever?
think Tennessee is going to be pretty
You think
good
they
next
turned
year.
the corner?
They have an easier. So Tennessee and A&M both have easier schedules next year,
Yeah.
and Tennessee should have almost could have easily had 10 wins this season.
Okay.
They beat two schools that they should have beat in the beginning of the season. That's a
Yeah.
10-win season, man. That's strong. I'm
So you
telling you,
think
watch
it'll
out.
be- you think
Watch
it'll
out
be-
for the Volunteers.
You think it'll be Georgia, Florida, and Tennessee fighting out for the East?
I think it's going to be. I think the East is going to be between Florida and Tennessee. I don't think Georgia's going to be a contender in the East. next year.
Okay. Yeah, they're gonna have a fresh quarterback.
It's Florida and Tennessee.
Florida and Tennessee. So Florida's gonna be playing who in the SEC championship? And
The,
whoever wins that game,
the winner of the A&M Auburn game will play
you think it's
the winner of the UT Florida game.
Okay, we'll
That's
see what
my-
happens. All right. I would say I think that it's gonna be. I don't know. I think Auburn will have a good chance. I do think Auburn will have a good chance. Okay, so national champion. Who's gonna be the national championship, Chris?
Who's going to be in it?
Who's gonna win?
Gosh, it's hard to go against Clemson. As much as I hate to say it.
Yeah,
You know, I mean,
they're going to have a solid team next year.
Clemson's got a pretty. They've got. I mean, they've got a pathway to the championship every year. I mean, it's it is what it is. It's
If you
not,
look at their schedule next season, the only team that there's only two teams that had a winning schedule or winning season this season that they're playing
Yeah,
next year.
yeah.
And that's it. So they have a very good pathway to the top four. They're going to win every single game that they play.
Every
So
game.
they're going to be in the top four. It's just a matter of
then
will
play
they be able
like,
to beat
you know.
Ohio State? Will they be able to beat?
So hang on, we got
And then
tie game.
the tie game
Oh,
is
he
going
made
into
it!
overtime.
He made it. He made it.
Make
Yeah.
this is the Carolina game.
If he got it
final.
before,
Did he make the shot?
He made the shot.
he made the shot, but it wasn't after the.
At the buzzer, he made the
At
shot.
the
To
buzzer,
tie it?
he made the
Is that to
shot.
tie it?
They're
Or
not
to
counting.
win? Oh, maybe.
They are not counting it. It doesn't look like to me. So what happened right now?
Yep,
Just
nope, there they go.
Oh, there you go.
Boom.
3-pointer.
buzzer,
Carolina
Carolina wins.
beats
81-78.
Kentucky. Number 10 Kentucky,
my gosh.
81 to
Pandemonium.
78.
Barney Rebel's calling
Barney
in.
Rebel's calling.
Pandemonium.
Pandemonium.
We got pandemonium.
Barney Rebel,
We
our
got pandemonium at the thing. Barney, tell us what's going on
tell us
down
what's
there.
going on, Barney.
It is pandemonium down here right now, man. The place is going crazy.
Oh my!
Cast off the glass.
This is amazing what just happened.
That was amazing
At the
three-pointer.
buzzer.
At the buzzer.
And he's a Columbia guy, too. Right here, homegrown.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Amazing.
What I love, baby. Go Cops.
Go
Go
Cox.
Cox.
That is amazing stuff, man. We appreciate you calling in. Our special correspondent at the live at the game, Barney the Rebel. All right. We'll just move on to the next topic because we all think Clemson's probably going to be a national championship next year or going to be the national champions. But I think if the
I wish
Florida
I could get another
Gators
beer.
if the Florida Gators can beat the West, the West, I think that we might have a chance. But I'm just being hopeful, like every fan is, just like Chris is hopeful about Auburn, and just like the dude is hopeful against who, or hopeful for who? Army Navy.
Well, yeah, all that matters.
All that
no
matters.
matter what who the national championship is, all that really matters is that Army beats Navy.
All that matters
If
is
Army beats Navy, the world can be at peace.
All right, that's a bold prediction. All right, so let's move on because I know that we got to wrap things up here in a few minutes. Let's move on to your bonus topic there, dude.
Bonus topic.
Bonus topic. We got a bonus
Major
topic.
League Baseball. Now I know that once the NFL,
lightning round.
It's the lightning round.
So once the Super Bowl's over, we move into March Madness. Once college basketball is over, we hit the doldrums of sports, where everyone is sad and depressed.
Baseball.
And then comes baseball, right?
Wah, wah, wah.
But so what we had happen recently. So Major League Baseball finally handed out their verdict on the Astros cheating scandal. Astros caught
Tell us
cheating.
more about that.
They had a camera set up that videoed their opponent's catchers giving signals to the pitchers, and then they came up with some elaborate signal where they would bang on a trash can with a bat to signal their batters to what pitch was coming. Right?
Insane.
They got caught, and this happened the year they won the World Series.
Was that 2017?
2017.
Okay.
Right? They win the World Series caught cheating.
Uh-huh.
The penalty, $5 million fine for the team, a year suspension for the manager and assistant manager. The team then promptly fired the two guys.
Okay.
But they didn't take away the World Series title.
Why wouldn't they do that?
I don't know. So
That doesn't
what
make too
really
much sense.
Maybe it's a series of stats.
So what are they saying about this?
So the internet goes crazy.
Berserk, I bet. Yeah.
Saying, well, wait, cheating is cheating. What about all these other things that? So Pete Rose, lifetime ban for betting on his own team, and yet, I saw I don't know how many articles talking about, hey, well, why not let him into the Hall of Fame? Or how about all the guys who would have been Hall of Famers except they got caught doing steroids?
That's true.
If we're going to send a message, cheating is cheating.
Cheating is cheating.
Why are we not punishing the Astros more?
Correct.
And you know what? We shall see, because Boston also got caught with the same type of video scandal.
Yeah.
Where they're recording the signals. So we'll see what happens to Boston.
Nice bonus topic, man.
But man, baseball's in a buzz right now.
Yeah, I was hearing about that on the radio today as well, and it seems like if it's cheating's cheating, and they should take away the. I mean, there shouldn't be just an asterisk next to that.
I mean, it's not like Deflategate or anything like that.
Oh,
in
please.
NFL, right?
Deflategate. It's no Deflategate, because Deflategate was much ado about nothing.
This was legitimate. This is legitimate cheating.
They're hitting trash cans and literally banging gongs, right?
Yeah. Caught
Speaking
cheating.
of banging gongs, did you hear who made it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No.
The singer of Bang a Gong, which is who?
I have no idea.
T-Rex. You know who they made it in over?
No.
Dave Matthews.
Are you kidding me?
What?
Yo!
Who is T-Rex? I don't even know who
He
they
sings
are.
Bang a Gong
Okay.
from the 80s.
I've never
Sorry,
heard that
that's
song.
a little side topic.
I know. This isn't guys at the bar talking music, but that's
I know.
I mean, you know what?
Hey, that's a bonus.
Last
sir.
week we went to country music.
We talked about movies too. That's right. Okay, we can talk about that stuff every so often. Then that's fine. This is guys at the bar talking about whatever these guys want to talk about.
All right, we got at least hit a little bit of NFL.
All right,
because
NFL.
We do have
real brief.
coming up.
We got 5 minutes.
Okay, so
5 minutes.
real quick, the main topic of NFL this weekend was the upsets.
So upsets. Talk to me,
Out of
man.
nowhere, Tennessee puts
Dude,
down Baltimore.
I am totally a Titans fan right now for the season.
Baltimore, by far the favorite, not just for AFC, but for the Super Bowl. I mean, they beat the 49ers during the season.
Everyone thought the Ravens would
win.
win.
They were going for it.
Yeah, everyone
and
thought
Tennessee
Ravens would win.
Shut them down. Shut them down.
Lamar Jackson couldn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He was Lamar Jackson could not do anything. Like, he's sitting there trying to run the ball constantly because he didn't have anyone to throw to.
Yeah.
He was getting desperate. He's like, I'm just going to make this happen
So
myself.
that's Saturday, right? Throws
Rough.
everything. Of course, 49ers dominate. Okay. That was expected. But the AFC was where the craziness has happened this last weekend, right? So Baltimore loses. Tennessee's going to the AFC Championship. All right, Sunday rolls around. First quarter, right? The Houston Texans go up 24-0 against the favored Chiefs. The Chiefs are expected. The Chiefs were supposed to play Baltimore for the AFC Championship.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Baltimore's out. 24-0. Texans over the Chiefs.
And what was the final score?
At this point,
Insane.
get this. At this point, my dad goes to bed.
Yeah, everyone probably.
So I'm like
yeah.
texting. So but the final score, what?
51-31.
51-31 Chiefs. The Chiefs come back from 20 down 24-0.
Greatest second
They come
quarter
back
of all time.
28 to nothing. So they finish the half 28-24, and
Wow.
then just keep on driving. End up 51-31.
Patrick Mahomes, amazing.
So and this is what I've heard.
They
So-
basically kept the
Right.
only one touchdown.
Yeah.
For the Texans. Okay.
So
for the
what,
entire
what-
three
Baltimore's Deshaun
Watson.
Watson, right? Is Baltimore.
Yeah, former Clemson.
Baltimore, right?
Player.
Yeah.
So this is the comparisons. Deshaun Watson is an outstanding running quarterback.
Yep.
Patrick Mahomes is a quarterback who can run.
Okay.
He's the full package. He could throw, he could run, he could do it all. It's going to be tough. So I'm a huge 49er fan.
Yeah.
I will root for them until the day I die, but it's going to be hard to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
The Chiefs have shown that they are the team to beat.
Yep, for sure. All right. I like it, man. I like it. So who's going to win the Super Bowl?
I'm still going to go 49ers. Well, I mean, we have Niners versus Packers. That's like a classic from like
That's
the
a
90s.
classic
That's like a
game, yeah.
90s NFC game right
Yeah,
there,
that'll
right?
be insane, yeah.
And then the Chiefs versus Tennessee.
So 49ers are playing at home
Yeah.
against the Packers.
I
The
think these
Packers
guys-
might be comfortable being in some warm weather for a change.
I'm
Yeah.
going Super Bowl, and you're not going to like me for this. It's going to be Packers-Chiefs.
Oh,
Chiefs are going to win.
the Niners won't even get there? No.
Packers versus Chiefs, okay. I think it's going to be Titans versus the 49ers. And I think the Titans are going to win. And weren't they the wild card, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
but
Titans are going to win.
dude, I'm totally a fan
When
right
was the
now.
last time?
man.
When was the last time a wild card won the Super Bowl?
From
I
Alabama.
don't know. Hold on, we need to figure
All right.
out this.
Hey, where's our
staff?
research staff?
Where's
the
our
last
research
time?
staff?
Whoa, where'd he go?
When was the last time a wild card won the Super Bowl? I don't know. I mean, I didn't get to look it up, but we have our research staff in the back. They're going to check it out and see. But I don't think it's probably ever happened, if anything. But it might be one of those things that happened maybe back in the 1980s or something. But we'll see about the Titans, man. I'm a fan. They beat the Patriots.
Only 6 wild cards have ever won the Super Bowl. The
Okay.
Raiders in 1980, Broncos in 97, Ravens in 2000, Steelers 2005, Giants in 2007, and Packers in 2010.
And the Titans in 2020.
No way. Niners over the Chiefs.
We'll see, man. I'm not going to put my money on it by any means. All right, here is my final statement, okay? This is my bonus.
Bonus. Ooh.
February 9th, XFL starts up. XFL. Did they not realize last season with what was the other one they did last season where Steve Spurrier was the coach of the Orlando? What was that? What was that?
XFL.
No, that wasn't
XFL.
XFL. No, the one that they did last year, after 5 games, they went bankrupt and they shut it down.
Yeah, some guy came in and bought them out, and they played a couple more games. and
Bankrupt.
then
Boom. Done.
Couldn't pay their
So
payroll.
actually, I've read a little bit about this. They have very strict contracts with their players. They will not let them go to the NFL
They will
until
not.
the season is over.
Okay.
They are locked into play.
XFL?
Yeah, the new one that started, XFL. Players cannot leave to go to the NFL
Okay.
because they're like, hey, this is it's like intellectual property. It's like if you're a musician, selling your songs to somebody else.
Yeah.
Right. The players are what people are going to come to watch. So no players of the XFL can leave to go to the NFL
Yeah.
for the whole year.
I don't know if it's gonna. So I bet it lasts one season, like all the other times that they've done it. Because I think the original XFL lasted like 2 seasons, and then they went bankrupt, right?
Players
the one
kept
they did-
on leaving.
Yeah, the one that went last year though, it
was the
lasted
one
for
that-
like I don't remember what it's called, but I know that Steve Spurrier was the coach
was
of
Orlando.
the Orlando whatever they were, and it lasted 5 or 6 games, and then they were done. But XFL, this is interesting. They're trying to set it up where it's a faster paced game, so they have 25 seconds instead of 40 seconds on the play clock. Okay? And they're also not allowing them to do if they're doing a kickoff, you cannot kick it in the end zone. You have to kick it between the 20-yard line and the goal.
I mean,
and the 0.
everyone's got to have a gimmick, right? But the thing
Yeah.
is, some greatness has come from this other, like arena football. Kurt Warner, 2-time Super Bowl champ,
Yeah.
came from arena football.
He hate me, remember then?
He hate me, yeah. Oh, and that was his last name,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he hate me, so he came from there.
That's the
So
only guy I remember.
we'll see what happens. I mean, I will probably not watch the XFL.
Wait, you said it starts in February?
February 9th, the weekend after the Super Bowl.
Well, I mean, that's a great time because remember I said we're coming into the doldrums.
Yeah.
Where sports is like there's nothing to talk about.
So we'll talk about the XFL.
This might carry through the guys at the bar talking sports.
It's only 10 games. 10 games and then a championship game, I think is the way it's set up. So I guess it'll be a total of 11 weeks. Maybe 12 weeks because they give everyone a bye or something like that.
How many teams
So we'll
are
see.
there?
10 teams, 10 games, and then a championship
So it's like the
game.
entire thing is a playoff.
Pretty much, yeah, pretty much. So it'll be interesting to see. There's no local team except I think there's an Atlanta team and a Washington D.C. team. So, but who cares? At least it's football. I'll watch it a few games just to see.
If we can get tickets to the Atlanta game, I'm going.
And we'll be one of the 35 people that are there.
Hey, right?
I'm sure. But if you do get tickets to the Atlanta game, you better hope it's not like the ninth game because they might not even make it that long. But we'll see. It'll be interesting. But this is Guys in the Bar Talking Sports. We're going to go ahead and let this thing play out. We're going to go ahead and move on and end the show. Does that sound like a good idea?
Hey, let's do it.
Does anyone have any other topics they want to talk about besides sports?
No,
Nothing.
not this time.
All right, so let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. So this is Guys at the Bar Talking
Sports.
We out.
See ya.
See ya. I know what you're thinking. Man, that was an amazing show. You know what you do then? You subscribe to the show. By subscribing, you'll be able to hear the show next week and every show that we come out with from here on out. And then if you really like the show, the thing that you can do is you give it a 5-star rating and review. Whatever podcast you listen to, see if you can give it a 5-star rating and review. I know you can do it on Apple iTunes. And then you know what you do? You come on back next week to hear Guys at the Bar Talking Sports.